Hey, you guys, good evening. This is Shannon and with Survive and Thrive. So, this evening I am coming to you live on the Shout Out Saturday. Usually, what we do on Saturday, we'll do shout outs. So, shout outs for those of you guys who are in business. And let me just adjust this, is probably why it's doing what it's doing. But for those of you guys who are in business and you're doing things, I have seen some things that are going on. A lot of folks who are posting a lot about their businesses. People have a lot of things to sell. They do have a lot of other things that they're doing. If you guys don't know Andrea Richmond, she had a launch that was called Uncloned, which looked really pretty because it was very colorful. But I have watched this young lady for many, many years here live on used to be a lot of other little things we would be doing on Periscope and Facebook and just different things. Seeing her kind of going up and down and doing different things and coming and going. And it's just been great watching what she's doing. I've also watched another young lady named April Stedman Beverly, who's also kind of have gone and come and gone and did and they just was doing all kinds of stuff and they were always up on their thing and what they were doing the most. So I've just kind of been seeing a lot of different people that I've seen for quite some time and I've watched. And during the time when I was going through treatment, I watched them and it was like, this is possible. And being able to, here we are now, to see like what have we done and where things are and where those folks are doing, and they're doing exactly what they had intentions on doing. I had a conversation today with one of our vendors that are going to be at Survive and Thrive. And again, let me put up the link so we can scroll down below so that those of you who are going to be purchasing tickets, you can go ahead and get your tickets for Survive and Thrive. If you scan the little thing right here behind me on this thing, if it works on your phone, you can actually go ahead and go straight there and get your tickets. So actually, that link is for you to submit to go to our magazine. So if you'd like to be featured and you want to feature your business, you can feature your business at $50 or $75 for a whole sheet and $50 for a half a sheet. So that's where you get like half the sheet and you get to talk about your business, and we have a debut there. So we're going to be working on that pretty soon so that it can be done, because we're going to have an actual physical copy where you can actually take home and show and sit on your table so that people can see it and read it. If you are interested and you want to be a part of what we're doing, as you want to be a legacy sponsor or donor, you can go there and find out more and get information, and you could be a part of what we're doing. You can also look to see if you want to be like on the advisory board. If you would like to bring your expertise and you want to do it for a period of time, you have that option as well. We would love to have you there. So what we're going to be doing today is, again, shout out Saturdays. As you guys know, we would do shout out Saturdays, and this is where you pay $5 and I will shout out your business and we will let everybody know. So that's what we do. But today's shout out is for Sydney Edwards. Sydney is family. She is someone who I've been knowing for over many, many years, double digits, to matter of fact. And we worked together when I worked at Four Seas in Alameda County. And she was the executive secretary. And then she became, all around just whole building person. So when I spoke with her today, because again, for those of you guys who are going to be vendors, you want to go ahead and get your vendor spot in now, because towards the end of the month, which is coming, we're going to be like shutting it down, because I don't want to, really have too many things lingering, because again, we'll be a month from the conference and we want to really, get it out there so people are aware of it. And get your tickets. Early bird tickets are now, they're $10, and VIP tickets are $20. VIP folks, you're going to get some nice little goodies, some thank yous, some swag bags, some cute little stuff. We got the bags all colorful. We got the tissue paper. Tissue paper is all colorful. We're going to put some little things on it and say Survive and Thrive, and it's going to be great. Great. So again, today's story is brought to you by Survive and Thrive. So, survive and thrive story for the day. I was talking with Sydney, and we were talking about business, and she was, again, which is always kind of one of those things like, okay, we'll take it, where she was applauding the fact of what it is that I was doing, and the fact that coming live, being consistent, doing business, seeing where I started Survive and Thrive from way at the very beginning when I was just getting done with treatment to now here we are expanding for 7 years and consistency, regardless to what. There is not a year, I will tell you guys, full transparency and disclosure, that there is not a year that has gone by where I have said, okay, what we're doing, because not everyone has been faced with cancer. Not everyone has had cancer in their life to be close enough to it for it to make an impact that they feel they need to do something about it. If it was, it's always sort of like secondhand or third string or something to that degree. Because people are afraid of cancer, which they should, people don't want to talk about it. As we know, there are so many people in this world who did not share that they had cancer. There's people who right now who probably have had scares, or they have probably had some form or a mild, or not mild, but sort of like a smaller size of cancer or something to that degree. They wish not to share it with no one. And we have to ask ourselves, why is that? Why do we not want to share when it comes to cancer or with something to that degree? Why we want to keep that, a secret or a silence, or we are ashamed, or we don't want to share, or we're afraid. There's all of those emotions are very well warranted, but it's one of those things that you have to think about as to why and what for and why does that happen. So when we think about it, she was talking about that and how bringing Survive and Thrive to where it is. Now, a lot of you guys and some of you guys know the story some time back, but we'll share more about that story when you come live to Survive and Thrive, and we would love to see you. So go purchase your tickets. Now, what we talked about, Sydney and I, and we were talking about consistency, and she was talking about her business. So Sydney is a paparazzi consultant, and that is what she does. So, of course, for those of you guys who know paparazzi, they have your standard price of items that are $5. And then they have some things that go up to, $20, $25 or probably even more. That's all I know right now. So knowing that, they do have different price points, but the value and the look and the style of the said jewelry then does change a bit. But in the meantime, they do have a lot of wonderful styles of jewelry that are, very price effective that you can afford if you really just want to have some nice little pieces to wear with certain, your little outfits to make it, look really cute. So with that, she talked about how she went to one of the district meetings, and there was some young lady that was on her page that I was, kind of commenting on, and she had shared that she is like one of the top sellers in the paparazzi platform, and she does very well. Well, as I was watching her video, and very great video, she was very engaging. She had all the wonderful stuff in the background, and she had like all the little shelves with little pink boxes and all that. So it just looked so like all together, but it was very eye-catching. And she was doing her thing, and she was very comfortable. She looked very comfortable doing what she was doing. So Sydney did talk about how they went to one of their district type meetings that they go to just retrain and reboost and get people geared back up, because every now and then you need one of those, come on, let's just gear ourselves up and boost up and get some wonderful techniques and ideas, which is great for any industry to do that, to have like a yearly or a biannual type of event where you get your folks back up together and you kind of reinvent them and regenerate and regenerate yourselves and get yourselves up and going and moving. So she talked about how she went there and she realized that some of her business model needed some editing. She needed to change a little bit of the business model and how she did what she did. So that was one of those good things. So she also shared about time. And as we know, time is one of those things that we really need to take account of and realize that time is very, very loose. So she also talked about how she was doing her billing and how she's doing the billing at a certain time, but she's going live. But one of the things that she did mention is about being consistent. Consistency is very, very important. Consistency is success, in a regimen type form, because you're doing something that's either on a regular basis. You're doing something that you can, model. You can watch it. You know when it's coming. It becomes, and after a while, what does it do? It becomes a natural habit. It becomes just easy to do. You just go right on into it. I actually have this little ebook that I have that is called Go Live for $7.95. It's about teaching you how to go live, how to get it done, how to just be consistent, finding your groove, finding your time zone, and finding that. And I'll give you that tidbit of information. It is finding the time that works for you. But keep in mind, it doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to go on for minutes and hours or anything like that. You just got to find that time, and you got to be consistent, and you got to stick with it, and you just got to show up. Show up is really most of the degree of getting yourself out there and being successful is showing up. So those are some things that she shared, and it was like, okay, that was great, because that all makes sense. And showing up and being there and talking about whatever it is that you do. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys a cool and quick little excerpt video that I just did. It's just like one of those 3-second interchanges, like commercial breaks. So commercial break. And there we here. So that's what it is. But I'm going to show you another one real quick. And there it is. So really quick, again, I'm just over here testing out a couple of things and trying to see some of these different little inserts. So there you guys go. As you guys know, Survive and Thrive is coming to you live in October, on October 14th. We're doing it in one day. It's going to be a longer event where we're going to have breakout rooms. We're going to have different speakers. We are going to have some time where we can eat. So we will be having food. And then we're going to be enjoying each other and understanding how we need to care for ourselves. Putting self-care, putting ourselves first, knowing what it is that's best for us, but also learning some things that we can do to prevent cancer, and so that we can, stop that, so that it's not something that's going to impact us, as well as impact our lives in our community. So with that, I'm going to go, but I'm going to leave you guys with a nice little video, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.